Hey guys, Tyler here with Seller Accountant, and the question I want to chew on today with you is what sales channel is the most profitable for my product, right? I've got a product that I'm selling. Should I be selling it primarily on a marketplace like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, or should I be leaning more direct to consumer? Or should I think more of a wholesale kind of product? Maybe I'm going directly to Target or to Home Depot or something like that. And the answer to this question, I want to answer it two different ways, all right? The first is I want to give you an illustration, and at some point I'll draw this. I'm an accountant. I'm not good at drawing. Forgive me. But imagine like a three-legged stool. And this three-legged stool is your product strategy or your business strategy as an e-commerce brand. And the key is that these three legs of the stool must be aligned. They must be aligned. If one leg is a foot long, then the other two need to be a foot long also so that it's a comfortable seat and it's solid. Make sense? Let's walk through the three really quickly. If you're thinking about the three-legged stool, the first is my working capital strategy. If my only access to cash is really high interest debt, maybe like a credit card, then my sourcing strategy, which is the second leg, but let me just give you three of them. So I've got a cash strategy, I've got a sourcing strategy, and I've got a selling strategy. Those are the only three things that matter for an e-commerce brand. I've got to have some way to fuel the growth of my business. I've got to build a funnel to reliably secure high quality product. And I have to build a funnel to find customers and sell that product to those customers at a profitable rate. Make sense? And so the key is that there's no one size fits all, but the three legs have got to be aligned. If I've got expensive cash that I'm having to borrow, I need to have a really quick cash cycle. And I need to make sure that I am turning that cash over very rapidly so that I don't pay too much in interest expense. Not to mention it limits how much I can spend on advertising. For my sourcing strategy, if I'm having to manufacture my own products in a factory here in the States or wherever you're located, then I've got to make sure that I've got enough capital to fuel the infrastructure and insurance and teammates required to have that kind of a sourcing strategy. And I also need to have a more robust and flexible selling strategy because I may not have as much I can produce in 1 year versus the next. Again, the key is to know who you are and to be aligned in those three things. And so I think if I was going to think about nothing else, if I were you, is, all right, what does my funnel look like for selling my product? What does my funnel look like for reliably securing my product? And then what does my funnel look like for reliably securing cash and working capital to grow? Make sure that I've got alignment in those three. The second way I would look at answering the question, what is the most profitable sales channel for my product, is we need to have a heart-to-heart about your product. Some products are very easy to brand and connect to a customer's lifestyle, right? You think about like camping gear or like musician stuff that's super branded, right? I mean, I'm a 38-year-old dude in Georgia who likes to go camping and I play guitar. So attaching loyalty to your brand for Tyler Jefcoat, where I'm going to be just as excited to buy your product as I am to just go to Amazon and get it easily, whichever one pops up first, is going to be predicated on how close you are to my lifestyle interest. Because I like to go camping, I want a nice jacket. You sell me a nice jacket, I'm going to be loyal to your brand, like that kind of thing. That's the non-commoditized product. And if you are a non-commoditized or specialized or heavily lifestyle branded product, then your strategy is going to be to sell more direct to consumer, more on a Shopify site. You may even have the opportunity to go kind of traditional retail through a REI or Home Depot or Guitar Center, whatever the product is. You're going to sell it that way. And I can capture the most profit following my product line into the direct-to-consumer market if that's what my product is like. On the other extreme, if my product is very commoditized, like it's a white paper bag or it's a glass jar or it's a small part to a car or something like that, where the consumer fundamentally cares more about the promise of it getting here on time than they do about which label's on it. If that's the case, then I'm going to come out way better on the profit line if I lean towards a marketplace, especially Amazon.com, because Amazon.com is going to provide the eyeballs and they're going to provide the buyer intent for me. And so there's no wrong answer. I have friends that have made lots and lots and lots of money being the highly branded camping unit over here that does well on Amazon and it does well on their Shopify site. And I also have friends that have done really, really well just selling highly commoditized products, but exclusively on Amazon.com because they know who they are. And so again, in the same way that the three legs of your stool, your cash, your sourcing, and your sales strategies need to be aligned, You need to just know what your product is. Know whether my product is going to benefit or going to have a likely chance of increasing my lifetime value of a customer relationship by heavily investing in traffic for a Shopify site. I would argue that most products I encounter don't fit that mold. Most products are not differentiated enough that you need to start or invest heavily early on in Shopify. But if you can, go there because there's more profit there. For the rest of us, we're going to have a nice private label product. We're going to really understand how to navigate the algorithm within Amazon, eBay, Walmart.com. And we're going to capture as many points as we can, having a differentiated experience that is clearly co-branded with Amazon. We're not going to fake being what we're not, and we're going to have a multi-million-dollar business doing it that way. And so, again, the answer to the question, what sales channel is most profitable for my product, is answer it two ways. Is my product sourcing financial strategy coherent? If it is, let's take a close look at the product itself. And if it's more commoditizable, I'm going to lean more towards marketplace. If it's more differentiatable, I'm going to lean more towards direct to consumer. I really hope that helps you as you build your product strategy for 2022. Take care.